name is Arturas, and as a filmmaker I am really glad to have this opportunity to present my essay in a visual form. And to be honest, at first I imagined that my essay would look like differently. However, due to the lack of footage on the topics that I'm going to talk about, I will have to present it myself. And as I'm used to being on the other side of the camera, this is my first presentation, so please bear with it. Some of the questions that I'm going to raise in this essay have a strong connection with my previous work. For example, last year I was filming a group of Lithuanian immigrants in Norway. I'm interested in how people preserve their national identity and culture, and one of my interviewees mentioned that there was a screening of the newly released film The Legend of Tadas Blinda, The Beginning. Unfortunately I couldn't attend it then, but I thought to myself that there must be something really important and powerful about the film that can bring the whole community together. So I decided to continue the research on the topic and find why and how the Lithuanian film is important for the community living in a foreign country. Also, another thing that I'm interested in is how the untraditional ways of film exhibition are organized, and for that reason my methodology was to find an organization which would organize the film screenings here in London. Well, obviously there should be one, because according to the British statistics there are 40,000 Lithuanians in London alone. And I did come across the Union of Lithuanian Youth in the United Kingdom, for whom organizing a Lithuanian film night is an important part of their activities.
Kaip visa organizacija sklandžiai eina?
Labai gerai eina, labai sklandžiai. Viskas, visi žmonės sėdi salėj, ką, laukiam kino.
This was Vytautas Jackevičius, the president of the Lithuanian Youth Organization and also the organizer of Lithuanian Film Night. Unfortunately, during the event he was really busy, and I just couldn't get hold of him to get the interview, but he kindly answered all my questions about the Lithuanian Film Night organization by emails. He writes that the decision to organize film events was inspired by the rich culture of Lithuanian cinema, as the majority of the films have powerful ideological messages. It is also due to the lack of international distribution that some really good films don't get seen, and therefore Lithuanian Film Night provides the opportunity for the upcoming directors to come to London and share their works with their countrymen living abroad.
Ir labai smagu iš tikrųjų man pristatyti Marių Markevičių, filmo režisierių.
Thank you all for coming tonight. It's really a special moment for me to be here. I've got so many nice emails and Facebook posts from people wanting the movie here for so long, all year really. And so it's really very special to be here, so I hope you enjoy it.
The choice of the film for this particular screening was dictated by the demand of the audience, and also by the popularity of the film in Lithuania and the United States of America. As Vytautas writes in his email, the organization of this film night wasn't really difficult. What he had to do is just to invite the director for the presentation of his film and rent the cinema auditorium for the particular date.
Turime nuostabų filmą ir kita svajonių komanda papasakos apie sausio 13. Šiandien yra sausio 13, jeigu kas nors nežino. Tai jau papasakos iš tikrųjų iš kitos pusės.
Amongst the guests of the screening there was Algirdas Ramoška, executive director of the most successful film festival in Lithuania, and ArturasKavaliauskas, Lithuanian ambassador in the UK, who was very impressed by the film.
Ačiū Jums. Tai yra geriausias Lietuvos pristatymas, kokį filmuoti.
We are very thankful to our long-term sponsors who support us and helped to cover the costs of directors' travel to London from America and the expensive cinema screen rent. Another important issue was the publicity of the project. It was mostly advertised on the internet, official Lithuanian Youth Union website, other Lithuanian community websites such as Londonietė and Anglia.lt, and social media websites like Facebook. There were also advertisements in a local Lithuanian community newspaper and posters on display on the premises of our sponsors. But the best form of advertisement is the word of mouth. So, what I found out is that in order to organize a successful film event, you need several things. First of all, it's a well-acclaimed and a popular film that audience would love to see. And second, it's a director of the film who could present it and answer the questions after the screening. Also, very important thing is marketing and advertising, which will attract even more audiences and let them know that there is such an event. And also you need a screen to show the film in, and sponsors to cover the expenses. And lastly, you need audiences to buy the tickets, to fill up the screen and to reimburse your expenses. So, now that we found out what to do to organize the film screening, we can get to another question. It's how important is Lithuanian film to the community of immigrants. And after the screening I had an opportunity to take a couple of interviews and ask people what do they think about it. So let's see what they have to say.
Šis buvo pirmas, oficialiai rodomas pirmas, taip. Būtent šitoks filmas, kuris buvo apie Lietuvą, Lietuvos istoriją, jis labai suvienijantis yra. Manau, jeigu rodytų kažkokį lietuvio režisieriaus filmą, aš manau taip pat suvienytų, nes publika būtų lietuviška ir visi ateitų vienu tikslu pasižiūrėti būtent lietuvišką filmą. Ir kitoks bendravimas prasideda. Aš nesu labai įsisukusi lietuvių bendruomenę, bet mane labai džiugina tokie susibūrimai.
Paliko iš tikrųjų didelį įspūdį, nes tikėjau, kad tiek daug bus žmonių ir kad bus pakankamai akcentuojamas tas pats lietuviškumas. Iš tikrųjų maniau, kad bus ta diskusija pati su pačiu režisierium, iš tikrųjų nustebino, nes aš mačiau, kad bus labiau toks kaip parodymas ir kad žmonės taip šiltai klausimus uždavė, buvo daug tų klausimų ir jie buvo visi kažko susijęs su lietuviškumu. Na, pirmiausia, tai galbūt yra galimybė susiburti tiem patiem lietuviams kaip vieną auditoriją, peržiūrėti filmą ir laiko žmonių neturi, žmonės laiko tiesiog ir būtent toks didesnis renginys lietuviško yra toks kaip kabliukas susiburti ir galbūt pakalbėti su savo senais draugais ir su kitais lietuviais ir plėsti kultūrą akiratį.
Even although these were only two opinions, we still can draw a conclusion that the film, especially Lithuanian film for Lithuanian immigrant community, is really important because it unites them and lets them to find time for themselves and their friends, and also culturally it has a big impact. Thank you very much for watching.